Now around the world, every car has a shelf life beyond which it needs to be replaced. A new generation has to come in that is better, bigger, more feature rich than before. But Toyota likes to do things differently. Over and over again, when they replace cars, people ask why rather than saying why not. I mean, the cars are so popular that people don't want them to go. This was the case with the College, this was the case with the Innova, and now that was the case with the Fortuner. Nevertheless, Toyota has gone ahead and replaced the Fortuner after that car being in the country for around 7 years. A brand new generation of the Fortuner is here, which Toyota again says is definitely a much better proposition than before. Today we come to you from the beautiful tea estates of Vagaman in Kerala, driving the Fortuner on a first drive. So let's tell you all about the new Toyota Fortuner. A reliable brand, a product with great looks and impressive performance as well as practicality. The Fortuner had everything working for it. Nevertheless, 7 years is a long time in a car's life, and the Japanese car maker has a replacement for the SUV which sold close to 1 lakh units in its existence in India. Many have been waiting for the new Fortuner ever since Ford launched the new Endeavour in India, a car that impressed with its capabilities. It is now Toyota's turn to prove themselves one better on the Ford, and we were in Kerala to see if this new generation will excite the buyer the same way as the predecessor did. This has been a landmark year for Toyota in India, with the auto major launching 2 milestone cars, first the Innova Krista and now the new Fortuner. Now this is a big shift on the new Fortuner in terms of design. The car is a lot different when you compare the car to the previous generation. Now earlier this car was supposed to be sporty and muscular. Now they've also added some style to it in terms of looks and design. So therefore the car will appeal to a larger section of buyers. It looks more sophisticated, looks more premium as well. And of course, things like a lot of chrome, the grille, the sleek headlamps, the almost 3D design of the fog lamps add a lot to make this car look more rich, more premium. And therefore, when you buy this car out and drive this car out on the road, it will definitely make heads turn. This is a style that grows on you. The more you look at the Fortuner, the more you like it. The platform is shared with the legendary Hilux pickup, which gives it a lot of rigidity and ruggedness, something that the Indian buyer has loved on the Fortuner. The wheelbase remains the same, but now the car is both longer and wider than before. In terms of design, there is a clear inspiration from the Lexus brand. The one thing that is missing owing to the new design theme is the body cladding, something a few may not like. The protection it offers, especially when the car goes off-roading, will now not be there. The chromium finished surround window belt line and the LED rear combination lamps with aero fins make the SUV look rich and fit into those 2 words that Toyota is emphasizing on a lot: tough and cool. What also really impressed you a lot are the interiors on the new Fortuner. It's definitely an improvement over the predecessor. What you see here is a really upmarket, high quality premium interior. So the seats are extremely comfortable, very high quality material, and saves the case all over the dash as well on the steering wheel, on the doors. It's really high quality. There is no hint of any cost cutting anywhere or the way it's been finished. It's extremely impressive. Of course, some things are shared that we've seen in the Innova Krista earlier, like the infotainment system is exactly the same, but some other things have also changed. The steering wheel again comes with a lot of options, as well as the instrument cluster in front of you also gives you a lot of options. So there's a lot to do for the driver, and of course in terms of entertainment, infotainment, navigation, GPS, again a very practical car to use, this new Fortuner. When compared to the previous generation, this is a whole new world. The driver's seat can be adjusted electronically, including for the height, but on the other seats the head does come close to the roof. That doesn't make it very comfortable for tall people, more so in off-roading conditions. The touchscreen display system has sat-nav, entertainment as well as rear parking camera. It's a minimalistic design with not too many buttons making their way to the dash, and that seems to be the trend of late, especially in premium cars. The meter console gives you a lot of information and makes it easier for the driver with all the feed and the cool looks. A lot of space on the second row, as you can see. Someone as tall as me sitting very comfortably on these seats. Seats of course are comfortable, nice leg room and knee room here. Seats also give you a very practical option. You can slide them forward or backward, and you can of course recline them as well depending on what's the requirement on the third row. So if there's nobody there, then you can actually have a very relaxed seating atmosphere here on the second row. Plus of course you get your charging point here, you get your personal air conditioned vents, and of course you also get an armrest. So very comfortable place to be in. If you're buying the Fortuner to be in the second row and your driver is going to drive the car, you will love your time here on the second row as well. The story with the third row is as good or as bad as is the case with others in the segment like the Endeavour or the Santa Fe. Since the second row seats can be tumbled down, the access is easy, but once you're there, spending long hours, especially for adults, may be cumbersome. A special mention has to be made of the tailgate that now is controlled electronically. It comes with memory functions, and depending on the height of the user, the height of the tailgate can be adjusted. Now Kerala isn't the greatest place to drive a big, fast SUV. The roads are always crowded and there's hardly a time when you reach the top gear. But once you hit the hills, the traffic reduces. This gave us a chance to understand the Fortuner's driving capabilities more. Well, the Fortuner this time around is giving you a lot of options in terms of both engine and gearbox. So unlike the case earlier where the Fortuner only came with a diesel engine, this time Toyota is getting you the Fortuner with both petrol and diesel options. And the good thing is that both petrol and diesel come with both manual as well as automatic transmission. So the petrol is a 2.7 litre motor that gives around 166 PS of maximum power. The diesel, which is a 2.8 litre motor, is slightly more powerful and gives around 11 PS more than the petrol motor. We started our drive with the 2.8 litre manual diesel variant. Now this engine is also be seen on the Cresta, but another diesel motor that is seen on the latter, the 2.4 litre one, is missing here. This engine provides a maximum torque of 420 Newton meters, and the good thing is that the peak torque kicks in between 1600 and 2400 RPM, which works well for a vehicle that is now much heavier than before. Also, when compared to before, the NVH levels are kept in check, and you'll be surprised at how quiet this diesel car is. Having said that, the 6-speed manual transmission can certainly do better when it comes to changing gears and feels chunky at times. On the automatic too, the gear shifts are a little slow, something that we saw on the Cresta as well. In terms of the driving modes, what you expect from the car is there. So both the manual as well as automatic variants have eco as well as power modes. But the manual variant also comes with something called an IMT mode, which is intelligent manual transmission. What it does is that if you engage the car in that mode, it doesn't let the RPM needle fall below a particular number, thereby keeping the momentum going of the cars. Really helps, especially on the climbs. Especially on a drive today up towards Vagamon in Kerala, we had to climb some really steep inclines, and here this mode came in really handy. A light steering and a light clutch also means that the drive is now more relaxed than before. The SUV also brakes better than before, marking another area where Toyota has managed to give us a better product than before. But the steering wheel could certainly do with some more feedback. Now, off late, more than half the Fortuner sales in the country, especially in the last year, have been four-wheel drive variants. So Toyota is being very bullish on the four-wheel drive variant. People love to go out off-roading, people love to spend more and buy the top variants. Here also Toyota is giving you the four-wheel drive option, albeit only in the diesel variant. The petrol variant will only come in a two-wheel drive option. The automatic transmission comes with paddle shifts, while the petrol variant misses out on them. The idea behind a petrol variant this time around, apart from the increased acceptability, is also that in case of another ban on big diesel engine cars, the car continues to be sold. Toyota faced the situation with the Innova and clearly doesn't want to repeat. Now, another thing that is a definite improvement over the predecessor when it comes to the new Fortuner is the ride quality. Definitely better than before. The suspension has been tuned well, and on the good roads, on the bad roads, the car gives you a very plush ride, which is very important for the kind of roads that we drive on. The newly developed frame structure delivers impressive rigidity, and the new suspension, along with advanced damping technology, enhances ride comfort, something that a current Fortuner owner will definitely feel when he gets into this new car. The handling also is better than before for the SUV. It comes with 17 and 18-inch alloys, the latter going on 4x4 variants. A lot of people have been buying the Fortuner to go just about anywhere to take on the uneven terrains without disturbing your peace of mind. And today also on our drive, we went on this short drive inside the tea estate, which was a mix of a lot of hard stones and slush and thick mud, and the car performed well. It's got a lot of off-roading capabilities. Of course, we have a four-wheel drive option, but things like hill descent control as well as hill start assist and a few other features just make it a joy when you're going out off the road in the Fortuner. This wasn't exactly a very testing track, and even the two-wheel drive cars made it very easily, but things like turning radius and ground clearance were put to test. Safety is good too, with the Fortuner getting ABS with EBD and 7 airbags along with some other active and passive features. It can be bought for 25.92 lakh rupees for the two-wheel drive petrol variant and goes up to 31.12 lakh rupees for the four-wheel drive diesel automatic.
Well, what a great car this new Fortuner is. It actually carries forward the Fortuner brand name brilliantly. It's a great package, it's full of features, it's power packed, it's practical, and if you have the money, then each one of you will definitely find that the Fortuner suits you in some way or the other.